Boom! Good morning. A boom chicka wow wow hi. What are you guys doing that you guys are in trouble? You're running around like animals, I tell you. Animals. Good morning, good morning to you. I want to comment really quickly about everybody's losing their mind over the Blues Clues guy. Like everybody's losing their mind. Blues Clues guy. Have you guys seen this? He's like, I still miss you. I still think of you. I still love you. And I'm like, who the hell is he? My kids didn't watch Blues Clues just because they weren't, I don't know. I don't know why they didn't watch Blues Clues. Steve, that's his name. Steve. Everybody's losing their minds. And I'm enjoying it. Okay, not that they're losing their minds. I'm enjoying the fact that adult men are online crying about, hey, whoa, 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 stop. That adult men are online bearing their soul about missing Steve. And I'm going, what did this guy do to you guys? No, seriously, people are having a major issue with this, right? Like, Steve just left. It's like, who's Steve? Oh, there's a blue dog involved. I know that part. it just it, it just it just kind of tripped me up because this gangster looking guy. How is that not working? Why is that not working? I don't know. This guy gets on and he like looks serious. He looks serious, like he's got tattoos all over the place. He looks rough. He looks tumble, right? So I'm wondering if this Steve disappearing really affected his life in this way. But the guy sits there and he's like, I don't know who you are, but I know you've missed Steve. And so I did watch the little Steve comeback video, and it was interesting because even though I don't know who Steve is, I can feel the collective energy around this. Can you guys feel? By the way, there's also a very big collective energy in the air today as well. Um, I don't know if you guys are feeling it or not. I picked it up when I got up out of bed this morning. I was like, oh man, this time of year, this day, and tomorrow, and then on the 12th, I really get a huge flush of just I want to cry. So we do have that going on, but I did want to talk about Steve. So, but this guy was just getting on there, and he's like, "I'm praying for all the." He was so funny. He goes, "I'm praying for all the people that passed away and didn't know that Steve still loves us and Steve still thinks of us." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." Um, but it's amazing, and I guess this is where we're going to go with this morning. It's amazing when you don't realize what kind of influence you have. I'm still sharing, as you can see. What kind of influence something like a cartoon channel or a children's program has on people, right? Good morning. Hi, Renee. And to see this gentleman stand up there, and actually he was sitting on a stoop, and he was talking about Steve, and he says, this was a huge part of my life. He says, I didn't even realize that I needed to hear from Steve. And I know it sounds silly, right? It sounds silly. To some of us, it sounds silly. Um, Blues Clues, is it still in the air? Is Blues Clues still in the air? I'm not home enough with the grand spondling to understand these things. And the time I was home, I heard enough Baby Shark to make me want to go run into a wall. Good morning, everybody. So we're talking about Blues Clues. Not really, but what we are talking about is the connection that people feel to this gentleman. because they were introduced to him at a very young age. And then from what I understand, he just poofed and disappeared. And it created a sense of loss, whether he, whatever the situation was. I don't know anything about it other than he disappeared. And this guy was sitting there and he was so emotionally torn up about Steve coming back and saying hi that you could feel his emotion. You could feel his, oh my gosh, I feel like so much better. It was amazing. Good morning, everybody. Oh, let me get this before Nancy asks for it. Before Nancy asks for it. Oh, before I do that, though, let me do this. I have a new event for this evening. There is an event for this evening. Let me get the link. Hold on. Lisa's moving slow this morning. I stayed up too late watching television. I can't do that. Okay. How do we do this? Event link. Okay, there we go. Okay, here's the event for tonight. You was personally affected by Steve leaving Blue's Clues? I didn't, he used to live in Dumbo, Brooklyn, where I worked. Oh, is Dumbo, Brooklyn a real place? Dumbo. You didn't understand, and the world was changing rapidly for you at that time. From what I'm picking up, just from the vibe of people that are like, oh my God, it's Steve. It's a real place. It was significant to kids, right? So here's the link for tonight. It was a great show for your kids. I never watched it. My kids didn't watch it that I'm aware of. I don't know. This is the link for tonight that I just put up. Tonight's link is, we're going to be talking about paganism. I have a special guest on tonight. My father, who is an elder in the pagan community across the nation, will be getting on and talking with us about teachers and how paganism has changed and morphed over time. So that's the link for tonight. And you guys can find it at My Mystical Life. If you can't find the link, you can go to My Mystical Life and find it under the events tab. Now, the other event, let me see if I can find the other event because I'm here. Hello, I have more events. Okay, there we go. This is an event tab for, oh no, I'm not going to do it from there. Okay. My guys are very talkative today. Has anybody noticed this? Has anybody else noticed this? I got to find my thingy. There we go. Yesterday I sat here and I am by myself, myself here. And this is the link to Salem. Paste. That's the link to Salem, if you guys are interested in Salem. I'm sitting here by myself. I mean, there's nobody here. There's the dogs. I know where the dogs are at all times because I'm a little neurotic about them. And, okay, more than a little neurotic. If they get lost, oh, Lord mercy. I saw somebody walking under the bathroom door. Like I saw a shadow walking in my bathroom. I was in the living room going, huh. Oh my God. And I'm thinking, how am I going to sleep tonight? And then I saw somebody, a small person, a younger person, go into my bedroom. And I thought, okay, a girl's got to sleep. They're not bothering me, but they're just making themselves known, right? So I'm just sitting here. I'm like, okay, whatever. Just don't bother me when I'm sleeping. And then I'm sitting here and I'm looking straight forward at the television, and out of the corner of my eye, a shaft of white light walks through my dining room. It was dark out. And I'm going, it's going to be fun in the Fry House tonight. And nobody bothered me. But they were making themselves known, and they're telling everybody right now that the energies are high. The energies are high. I've got major chills on my upper arms. That's spirit. Yep. And it doesn't freak me out. Okay. Let me be clear. This does not freak me out. I'm sitting back nowadays now. And there was a time when I'd have been like, oh shit. But now I'm just like, what is going on? It's almost the anniversary of September 11th. And energies are high. And when September 11th happened, I was not aware. I was not awake. I was not cognizant of what was going on, other than I couldn't get out of the feeling of being swamped. I was so swamped with emotion, I didn't know what it was. So now I'm already throwing up some protection here, right? Going, hey, I have to make sure I take care of my energy because it's going to be a feeling. It's how long, it's 20 years since September 11th, 20 years. And we were very close to what happened. I mean, when I mean close, like I was doing people's nails and people in that shop had to get up and leave to find out about loved ones that worked in New York at the Trade Center. So when I say we were close, it wasn't just like we were close to, oh, I felt emotional connection. Oh, no. One of the pilots came from our community. Talk about close. We all knew him. We ordered pizza from him. Everybody knew him. So September 11th was really, the anniversary of it is very traumatic. It's also my father-in-law's birthday, and he likes to make himself known on his birthday anyways. So you guys take the time, throw up some protections. Yeah, September 11th. Throw up some protections and ask your guides to come in and filter energy for you. You watch the second plane hit the tower in disbelief. And I can't talk about it too much because I'll start crying. We had a lot of people. We lived in Farmville, Virginia, which was a lot of people commuted during the week to New York. And we lost a lot of people in our community, but we also had terrorist cell in our community. And that's where they got a lot of people. A lot of people from the attacks came from was the terrorist cell in our community. So in addition to dealing with 9/11 and the loss of all of the people, you can imagine there was 2 terrorist cells. There was one outside of town and then one closer to town. One was closer to Keysville than it was closer to us. But they were raided. You want to talk about scared people? Your school made it a secret, then told us at the end of the day, but those in the media said I watched it all. We watched it live. We had a television screen right there on the desk in the shop. Okay, let's move away. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to you guys about being aware of your energy in the next couple days. And the Blues Clues guy, because I just got the biggest kick out of it this morning when I was like, I didn't realize so many people were so affected because I watched his video and I'm like, who is he? And then he had the little blue dog and I went, oh, I know the dog. But on a more somber note, make sure you're taking care of your energy today. This is a big day where people get emotional, and tomorrow and the following day, right? 10th, 11th, and 12th. And why is that? And why is it the 10th, 11th, and 12th? Why is it those days? It's human nature. The people that dread 9/11 because they know that it's a huge day of mourning are already in the state of grief on the 10th. They're already in the state of grief on the 10th. Yeah, buildup of energy around the anniversary. And I was sitting in the living room last night, I'm like, it's already gearing up. It's already gearing up. People are aware of the date and they're moving into that energy. So let's be uplifting. You'll probably see 9/11 memorial stuff on my page. There's some stuff that I will post. I support our police and I support our military, and I support the celebration of people that had no flippin' idea what was happening to them. So you'll see that on my personal page. But I'm not going to post anything that's going to be crying. I want everybody to realize that we can celebrate people in smiling and laughter and build that energy up instead of take it and be depressed. We can build people up. because this is what people needs. People needs to be built up. Oh God, people need to be built up right now, don't they? How can we help build people up? People are already having what's going on in the world. This anniversary ads. Yeah, it does. Happened last year too, right? There's still a mosquito under my desk. What the hell? Oklahoma. Compassion. Who remembers September 12th? I remember September 12th because it was huge in our community. It was huge. Where we come from, well, not where we come from. We come from Ohio, but my heart is in Farmville. I love Farmville. But Farmville was the hub of massive race issues when they were desegregating schools. And Farmville closed their schools down for get this, 12 years, I think. I think it was it was a long time. I'm probably wrong in the number, but it was a long time. It was long enough that a whole generation of people didn't graduate unless you had money. All right. Didn't matter whether you were black or white. They closed the schools down. They closed the public schools down and opened the Fuqua School. Fuqua School was for the elite in the area that had the money to go to school. I'm sorry, guys. This is history. This is just what happened. Don't shoot the messenger. I read the history book. Okay. So there's this huge anger issue in Farmville, right? Wouldn't there be an anger issue? Our kids were subject to it. Our oldest got the crap beat out of him, and the bus driver just turned the other way because it was their nephew doing the beating, and they pushed him off the bus. And I have pictures of it. It's horrible. He had black eyes and cut face and everything. They just pushed him off the bus. He didn't do nothing. He wasn't alive when all this happened, right? But it's still an anger issue. So September 11th rolls around. And the horrible things happen, right? And September 12th, Farmville was a different place. Instead of, it was Prince Edward Academy. That's right. That's what it was called back then, right, Tammy? And they recently graduated all those from the list generation. I'm so happy to hear that. I am. Because think of the holdback those people had. But everything I'm saying is true, correct? Because Tammy lives and was raised in Farmville, right, Tammy? And the September 12th was a different Farmville. I remember because our shop was right on the corner on Main Street, and I had to walk down to the other end. And I was walking down Main Street, and the lost generation, it was so sad. And I'm walking down Main Street, and normally, and I mean this, guys, normally people don't look at each other, especially if you are a person of color and a white person. It used to be this way. I don't know if it still is, Tammy. I have no idea. That mosquito's driving me nuts. This is in Virginia. Not that long ago, right? Not that long ago. And all of a sudden, you walk down the street and people were talking to each other, shaking each other's hand, feeling solidarity. And in one day, I saw that change in Farmville. Now, I'm sure it didn't hang. And you know how I know it didn't hang? Yeah, it was September 12th. We all had a common enemy. We stopped being mad at each other. But here's how I know it didn't hang. Because it didn't hang anywhere. It didn't hang anywhere. Everybody's just as mad as they were September 10th, 2001. Pissed off at each other for differences that nobody has control over. Spreading anger. And who can change it but the individual? We talked about this yesterday. Not one individual on this planet is ever going to change everybody's mind. If you look at, really, is it better now, Tammy? I remember it wasn't okay. Don't get me wrong. Farmville was not a horrible place. Don't get me wrong. Love Farmville, but I was a northerner coming in. I was a Yankee. Actually, I was a damn Yankee coming into a southern town. Was accepted very well, actually. Love the community. But from my perspective, to see Farmville, it was so totally different. because I don't care if you're black, white, green, purple, polka dotted, whatever. It doesn't bother me. You do me good, I'll do you good. The world goes round. And I saw a different perspective of humanity when I moved to Farmville, and it was something that was very steeped into people. She says Farmville is a great small community, and it is. And if I had my druthers, we would be moving back to Farmville as a retirement place. We really would. I love it that much. People take care of each other. It's amazing. You wouldn't recognize it. I love that. Farmville's amazing because people know everybody. You walk into Walmart and it's like a social circle. I don't know if it's still like that, but boy, it used to be. Remember Pearl? Did you know Pearl, Tammy? That was Pearl. Oh my God. Okay, then we don't miss Pearl. All right. That's amazing. I can't do that because I'll cry. Anyhow, be a degree of change. Hold the door for somebody today. Shake somebody's hand. Think of that. Something. Be something for somebody. Do you know that? Anytime you work to lift somebody up in the smallest, I know I was waiting for her to do that. You were a damn Yankee because you came and you stayed. It's a damn Yankee. It's the difference between a Yankee and a damn Yankee. I grew up with racial stuff, so it was normal to you. A lot of my generation left, experienced the world, and come home to make it more inclusive. I love that. I do. I love that because it is a wonderful community. It's like stepping back in time a little bit, you guys. It's really kind of cool. If you guys ever have the opportunity to go to Farmville, Virginia, it's not just a Facebook game. All right. Go visit Farmville. Green Front Furniture. I want some carpets. I need to go do that. You remember you had to teach that day 9/11 was impossible. Yeah, we did not close shop. People still come in. People were watching the news all day. We had to sit there and work through the tears and complete our job for the day. And it sucked. And then we had to go home to my father-in-law on his birthday and try to eat birthday cake watching the television. We actually shut it off. And that affected Jim. First of all, Jim is one of my spirit guides, one of my very best and top notch. But it affected him to see so much death, and I didn't understand at the time that he was very gifted. I didn't know. Anyways, moving on. Be the change. Hold somebody's door. All that. Do something nice. It's not. We are in the heart of Lee's retreat. We have started telling our history to learn from our history. If anyone's in the area, PM her. Yeah. There's so many incredible things to see there. Battlefields that we can pay honor to, both sides. To stupid kids that went and fought because they were told to, right? They were told. Exactly, kind of some of the things that we deal with today, what's right and what's wrong, and they believe people. We did. We hugged a little tighter after that. Anyways, so to lift the mood, do something nice for somebody. Bring up some protections. Call in your guardian angels. You guys are super sensitive, right? Super sensitive. So pay attention to that. When you have people walking around your house like they own the place, you have to sit back and go, what the hell is going on? And then remember what day it is. In your town in Coldwater, Michigan, oh yes, the school's locked down, and I was wondering, I was working there. Also, a lot of Arabics didn't come out of their houses for a while, been afraid of people around. It was very dense. I've been through Dearborn. Dearborn scares me. And not because of the people, but because of the vibration. Something about that area of Michigan. I love Michigan. I was raised in Michigan. I had to go to an art store. Dick Blick. It's called Dick Blick, and it's in Dearborn. And I was with my friend, and we were driving my Suburban. Okay, I'll tell you, my Suburban is all blacked out. It looks like a drug dealer vehicle, and it's that way on purpose because we carry the dogs with us all over the place. It's blacked out for sun protection to keep the car as cool as possible because we have an extra key and we leave the car going. We're like those dog parents, okay? Bought the Suburban for the dogs. I used to have a Jetta, loved my diesel Jetta, but we bought the Suburban for the dogs. So I'm driving through Dearborn. And it's just me and my friend Shannon, and I am stopped at a stoplight. And this is why Dearborn scares me, you guys. It has nothing to do ethnically. It really, really doesn't. But Dearborn is mostly Saudi Arabian ethnic diverse area, right? I'm sitting at a stoplight in broad daylight, and a gentleman is yelling at me through my door and goes to open my door. He's pointing at me and he's pointing at my girlfriend, my friend Shannon. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? I don't do well in confrontational situations. Okay, I had no idea what was going on. I don't know. I don't think he cared for, I think he maybe thought we were, and I've had it happen before. People thought we were the police or something along those lines. And it scared me. It scared me. So and then you couldn't get on the highway because everything was shut down. The entrance ramps were shut down. So we had to drive through all of Dearborn, past the and get this, we're going by Lamborghini dealerships. There's 2 Lamborghini dealerships and I'm not feeling safe. I'm like, I am so confused right now because you felt like you were going to be persecuted for driving down the road looking like the police. I don't know what it was. I don't know what the problem was with me. I have no idea. But I didn't do nothing to nobody. It scared the shit out of me. I don't go to Dearborn anymore. I just don't. And when I told my husband that, he went nuts. Nuts. He's like, don't you know better? You don't go off the highway anywhere in Michigan until you get up to the north. And that's true. Actually, it's not true. I grew up in southeast Michigan. I love Michigan. Okay, I'm moving on. That's my scary. Don't walk up and touch my door. Who wants that to happen? The first thing you think of is being mugged, right? I had my firearm sitting next to me the whole ride after that. Not that I would ever have the nuts to use it on somebody and hurt somebody. But I don't think I even have a clip in it. Anyhow, I'll probably lose people at firearm. I'm very protective. My body. I'll stop in Dundee to get gas, but that's about it. Oh, I love this. Have you been to the Swan, Bradley? Have you stopped at well, you probably haven't, but maybe Heidi, the Swan Creek Candle Shop in Dundee? They used to have a wonderful metaphysical shop in Dundee. Hi, Tanya. They used to have a wonderful metaphysical shop, and they have a great winery there. And Lord of Mercy, I can't remember the name of it, but I'm in the wine club there. They have a great winery in Dundee. Dundee is incredible. I grew up at the animal auctions in Dundee, and they have really turned their town into something really great to visit. So make sure you go to the right. Cabela's is off to the left, and there's some really cool stuff there. But if you go down to the right, it's Historic District, and it's Swan Creek Candle Company. But then next door to that is a bead shop. You can tell I live in Michigan. Is a bead shop that's really great, and they have an old time pharmacy there as well, which is really cool, like an old apothecary. It's a really cool little town. There's lots of stuff. There's a beef jerky place too. Cabela's is cool. Yeah, I like Cabela's. When we get home, man, I just can't. You guys, my husband is so happy at home. I could cry over this. He is so happy to be on that tractor. And he has goats now. He's like, the goats are super friendly. I'm like, I know, right? Okay, moving on. Let's do some cards because there we go. We're going to move on. Like I said, you guys, make sure you bring up lots of protection. Call up your angels for the next couple days. I think his tractor is sexy. He has so much. I will share a video, you guys. I'm going to share a video to My Mystical Life on. No, I'm not in Ohio. I'm not in Ohio right now. I'm in Oklahoma, and I'm not even going to go into that. I'm not even going to go into why I'm in Oklahoma and not getting to spend time with a grandchild. But and your friend spends months in Michigan and months in Georgia. Oh, he is so happy. Yeah, right, Renee. He is so happy. I will share it on My Mystical Life of him out cutting the hay and him sitting in the field looking at the sunset. Oklahoma. And he's just having a great time. He was playing with the goats. The goats came yesterday to take down weeds, and I cannot wait to make that yard beautiful. I just can't wait to make the yard beautiful. It used to be a show place, and now, since I have left, it is not. I've never seen the movie Oklahoma. I you know what? This is so funny. I sat down one night with my mother-in-law. We had popcorn, and her and I were sitting down. We used to do this every once in a while. We had 2 movies that we did this to that are extremely memorable. So, and then after this, I'm going to read, I swear. The first one was The King and I with Yul Brynner, right? I didn't know how that ended. She watched this at like 11 o'clock at night. I went to bed bawling my eyeballs out. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Why would you put on such a depressing movie at the end of the evening? So I'm not a huge Yul King and I fan. Maybe if I watched it during the day and I had anticipated what was going to happen at the end, I might have known better. There is an unspoken rule in our household. You do not show mom depressing movies at the end of the evening. Is the dog stalking me quietly in the background? Great movie. Didn't anticipate the ending. I have to go. I have to watch Oklahoma. And then another one that we're going to Ohio. We're going to Ohio. Yeah, this house here has to be sold. Make sure that is not what I'm having to deal with right now. Okay. So the next week, it is a beautiful love story, right, Lisa? It really is. It's a great music, cinematic magic. It really is. I didn't anticipate the ending. It just couldn't get it. Couldn't get past it, right? And then we sat down to watch this. Like, okay, this one you're going to crack up at. We sat down to watch. She makes the best popcorn, by the way. My husband and my mother-in-law make the best popcorn. Can't even tell you how much incredible popcorn they make. It is just, they have a secret. Anyhow, so we sit down. It's popcorn night. We're watching a movie. So it's just Linda and I, and we sit down and we're going to watch a movie. We were absolutely certain it was a romance. Absolutely certain it was romance. We hadn't watched any trailers to it at all. We were just sitting there, like, all excited. We sit down, so excited, and we hear, what the hell is going on? Because that don't look like a romance to me. I enjoyed the hell out of the movie. Who can tell me what movie it was? But you're a young man. I don't know the words. I used to sing it, but I don't know what they were. Who knows what movie we sat down to watch? I was so excited. Hi, Kay. I hadn't watched a good romance in a long time. It was Renaissance, romance, Heath Ledger. It was like the triad of, oh yeah. No, it is Queen. But what movie was it in? Knight's Tale. Absolutely. I was like, wait. What the hell? So we sat there just dumbfounded watching A Knight's Tale. Loved it. But I mean, you could have knocked this over with a feather, right? Knight's Tale. That is, oh yeah. Some movies I haven't seen, but the ones I know that I've seen, we've watched a million times. So, your friend channeled Heath Ledger. He's easy. He's an easy energy. He's very soft. He's very much like Robin Williams in that respect, where he just wants to be able to tell people how to be able to move forward. Oh, it was in the Mighty Ducks too. How to be able to move forward and not hit the hiccups that some of the things that happened in his lifetime. Because if he had not taken the dip that he did, and I have to tell you, and we're not going to start doing that. If he hadn't taken the role as the Joker, he would still be with us. If he hadn't taken the role as the Joker, he'd still be with us. He talks about a dip. He talks about the dip, and he says it's his dip. It's where he took it too far and he allowed too many old things to come up within himself to be able to use within his acting career. And they just settled. He says they settled like a little black pool of darkness in him, and he couldn't step back out of it. And he actually gives that visualization. He's like, right down in the pit of my stomach, it just felt like I had this black goo I was trying to climb out of it. And it was like tar. And every time I tried to claw my way out of it, it sucked me in a little bit deeper. And nobody understood. So he quit telling people. Yeah, he knew he was going to play the Joker for a long time. Intuitively, he was a very intuitive individual as well. So his messages come across, it was like quicksand. Jim Carrey talks about this. I don't doubt Jim Carrey battles demons. I do not doubt that whatsoever. But Jim Carrey, and he comes across with some things that I just want to go, oh, please stop talking. But then on the other hand, he comes across with things that make so much sense spiritually as well. Because they have, a lot of these people with a lot of money have a lot more access to external belief systems outside the United States. They travel, they see how other people do things, they notice other things. And we delve here, right? And what we have, the internet has really opened things for so many people. It's amazing. And then it sucks at the same time. So, anyhow. You can't imitate pain like that. No. Who's been depressed? And let's talk about it real quickly. Who has ever found themselves so depressed that they've had thoughts that were no bueno? No bueno. And I want you to know, and I know this is the internet, right? And it's a tough question. It's a tough answer to vocalize. Colleen, Sam is loving those goats, man. He is loving those goats. He put them away last night because he heard coyotes in the area. But once the dogs come home, we won't have that problem. Environment and world don't help either. Forget many celebs are real people. Yep. I've been on the edge of suicide. Yep. Your dad saved your life. It is not, unfortunately, I think battling demons is something that many actors, musicians, etc. are affected by. It is not as uncommon as people think, right? The desire to open the door as you go down the road, things like that. It takes a lot of strength to dig back out. And why, I remember trying so hard to think of ways to make it easy for my kids, right? Donna, I love you. That's very painful to share, isn't it? Couldn't do it because of the children we would leave behind. Through 4 years of suicidal thoughts, it turned out I was covered with an attachment. With that clearing, I'm awake and happy. I've been struggling. I've been on the edge, missing my son so much. He passed 2 years ago. And you're still struggling to get out of bed. Jenny, Jordan, everybody in here hears you. And honestly, join the late bloomers. And this is not a sales pitch. Really, it isn't. Join the late bloomers, healers, and intuitives, or psychics and starseeds, I think it's now. And when you have those days, do a shout out. Because nobody should walk alone. And even on the description of that particular page, it says nobody should walk their journey alone. And I was referring to their spiritual journey. But it includes everything we do in this life. We should always feel as if we're supported and never alone. Because there's so many people that feel so deeply that don't understand what the flying, and I'm going to say it, what the flying fuck is going on in their life, because they are bringing in so much energy. You're not just taking on your grief, you take on the grief of everybody around you. And you don't know, if you don't know how to take it, don't know how to handle it, don't know what to do about it. And she's right. Everyone needs her to be okay. But you know who needs you to be more okay than anybody else is you. So you move forward in this life and find that silence that resides right here, that is that peace and comfort. It's there. It's a matter of bringing it back out. But it's amazing to see, because here's another question, you guys. How many people have been in that position and felt alone, like nobody else feels like this? Nobody else feels like I feel. Nobody else feels as sad as I do, or as stuck as I do, or as pitless as I do, or as worthless or unappreciated. All those things are so, you're finding outlets, and singing helps us with the emotions that I don't talk about. I definitely feel alone so much. Don't feel alone. And it's true, because everyone has a different way of feeling. Don't feel alone. Honestly, spirituality saved my life. And that's no joke. It's no lie. It's nothing like that. When we have our carpet ripped out from underneath us, we're always struggling to find our footing afterwards, right? And there's so many things in our life that does that. Knowing. Oh my gosh. I always think the disconnect is the door to depression, right? I think my biggest piece of, can we raise the vibes in here now? Absolutely. But I think the biggest thing that did this for me, helped me see that there was so much more, was the first time I fell back into my guides, and they said, "We got you. We got you. You're never alone. You're never alone." Boy, when you can do that, it is just amazing. Just amazing. April's like, "What did I walk into? This is not one of the funny mornings." It's not one of the funny mornings. Hi, everybody. Hi. So fall back in. You feel like no one cares. I've been there, been the strong one. People assume I don't need help, don't offer, don't ask if I'm okay. That is another aspect of that, right? Health issues, emotional distress, all these things. But when you realize that every time, no, Jenny, no, because you know what? Everything happens for a reason. She's apologizing for bringing that energy into the room. Absolutely not. You never know what we're going to talk about on here. We have some of the craziest conversations, and then we have some of the deepest ones as well. And that's what this is about, right? Because you can't live on one side. There's two sides of everything. So do not apologize for that. Ever. Do not apologize for having the times that we feel like shit. Right? So never apologize for that. Love this dog. Hey, it is the trash man. He comes every week. Okay. Balance. Trusting your guides, you guys. Trust your guides. Ask your angels to come in. And boy, let me tell you, once you start to feel their touch, it's amazing. Once you start to feel that you are protected and you are moving forward and you have connection. Woo, woo. Okay. Oh my God, I love that. Even the mountains have their ups and downs. I love that. The trash man smells funny. Yeah, he does, because there was chicken wings in there from the beginning of the week. So yeah, something smells bad outside. Okay, let's move on. Okay, guys. Tori. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we got this. We had this card last night, and I'm just going to show you these cards really quickly, and then we're going to do a couple personal readings. If everybody could share one time, that'd be great. And this is about that mercy. This is about that mercy. We talked about this earlier in regards to 9/11. Make sure you're showing somebody a kindness. Open the door for somebody. Show a little bit of mercy. Show a little bit of compassion. Show a little bit of, I'm here for you. Let's know that we don't have to be depressed. We don't have to be depressed. We can raise the energy and celebrate people instead of mourn. And then sometimes all we need to do is ground, right? So make sure you guys are protecting and grounding. I don't care if you're running around outside, hug your houseplant. I don't care what you do to ground, but make sure you find a easy way for yourself to ground and make it a part of your day. Make it a part of your day every day, right? Let's go with Tori Shoup. Good morning, Tori. How are you this morning? Tori, I want to talk about an out-of-breath feeling. I want to talk about almost as if the wind could be knocked out of your sails just by words, like someone has said something or may say something to you that you go, what? I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve that. Why would you even say something like that? And it's somebody that does something that they're thoughtless. They're very thoughtless. So make sure you're paying attention to that and don't have the wind knocked out of your sails. Know that you do the very best you can do in your life to spread things around. Hug your houseplant. It's a hug your houseplant kind of day. 5. I actually hear 5 o'clock. I actually hear 5 o'clock for you, Tori. I don't know what the heck 5 o'clock is relevant to anything, but I get 5. Your house plant is a cactus. Hey, Dennis. Dennis is quiet off in the corner. How are you this morning? It's funny. I wonder if it's something to do with a Western. I wonder if you have somebody that passed away that was really into Westerns. Because now I'm hearing 5:10 to Yuma. I've not watched the movie. I don't think I've watched the movie. They're like, there's a Western. And that takes me to Bonanza. So they're saying it would have been somebody that was older that might have watched Bonanza when you were younger. Maybe you sat and watched a couple Westerns with them. I don't know if you are related to anybody that has any horses or has any Western ties like that. I know you guys are like, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Gene Rogers. Not Gene Rogers. Roy Rogers and Gene. I can't remember his name. Tori, does this sound like somebody you might know? It would have been either a great uncle or a great grandfather. It would have been somebody that was they liked the old music. True happened. I'm Life Path 5. My dad was into them, and I have had horses all your life. Okay, great. Okay, we're good. I'm just off on what generation. Okay. Autry, Gene Autry, thank you so much. And here's the thing. I love Gene Autry, the original Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Man, right? That's where it came from. He wrote it. Yay, Gene Autry. I'm going to give you something. I'm going to give you like a pearl, a bonus. You get a bonus, right? Because I'm sitting here and I'm dipped into Westerns. I'm so dipped into Westerns at the moment because I'm like, what are we trying to say here with Westerns? And I'm so, just bear with me, you guys. Just bear with me on this. I have somebody doing this and he's brushing off his chaps like this. He's brushing off his chaps and he goes, the road is long, little girl. The road is long. And he keeps brushing off his chaps. I'm not quite sure why. They're maybe dusty. I don't know. He's like, the road is long, little girl. And I'll tell you who this is in just a minute. Yeah, that's so common. Does anybody else know the end of there's a quote. I didn't know it was a quote until he finished it. And then I went, oh wait, that sounds familiar. The road's long. There's more, but it's a little variation. It's longer if you're stupid. Who do we think this is, you guys? Who do we think this is? And it's seriously, it's a piece of channeled message for you. Just keep in mind, stupid people are not worth dealing with. Stupid people, and it keeps knocking off his shaft. I don't know if horses need their feet done or something. Mine do. I can't find a farrier for nothing. It's longer if it's stupid. It is John Wayne. It is John Wayne. So, yay. You just got here, so you missed a lot, Stace. Yeah, the road's long, but it's longer if you're stupid. But I don't think that's the exact quote. I don't think that's the exact quote, because he's showing me a road. He's like, see that road? See how long that road is? How dusty that road is? Look at all that dust. And that's where he's dusting off his chaps. He's like, you just got to dust that shit off and move on. Sometimes you're going to run across stupid people. Make sure you're paying attention to business dealings. Okay, Tori? Pay attention to business dealings. Don't sign anything without thoroughly reading it, because he's like, there's a separation between... Oh my God. There's a separation between business and stupidity. And sometimes they merge. Make sure you're not being the stupid one. I love John Wayne too. But I didn't... we have random popping in this morning. That's just a randomness, right? A little bit of channeling. I love it. And he has a lot more he wants to say, but we're not going to go dipping off into that, because as I'm like stepping away from this, he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. That's so funny. Like I said, you can't fix stupid. Right? Top of the morning. So, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Does your family have any, I don't know. I feel like there's 6 degrees of separation here between you and John Wayne. I'm not quite sure why. It's like maybe, I don't know. There feels like a connection, and I'm not quite sure why. It's very minuscule, but he's like, I have a connection here. So it could be soul circle. It could be soul circle. Huh, interesting. Put the cards down, Lisa, for crying out loud. That was for Tori Shoup. Rachel, you're ready to punch someone today? What's wrong? It's September 10th. That's what's wrong, Nancy. People are already geared up in anxiety for September 11th. That's a fly, you guys. I haven't killed it yet. He's crafty. That's what's going on. There's okay, because I kind of want to say that, but I didn't. My dad loved him, and my husband was in the film business. So there's some sort of association that your husband would probably talk to somebody that knew John Wayne in some degree or fashion. There has to be some kind of tie. It's like, I don't even know if it might be through, this horse belonged to so-and-so, and they bred that horse, and maybe John Wayne rode that horse at one time in his life. It just feels like some kind of very vague connection. John Wayne. Okay. Moving on. Oh, that's not cool. We're not going to do that. Yeah, don't go throat punching people. Don't go throat punching people. But go ground and center yourself. Go take a shower. Go walk that off. Okay. Yes, they have a tie in a way. Thank you. Have to go to work. Hugs to all. Very welcome, Tori. Very welcome. Okay. Don't go throat punching people, Nancy Bulliard. Don't do it. That's how police get involved. We don't want to do that. Lori Young. Are you still here, Lori Young? By the way, tonight, you guys, tonight we're talking about paganism live tonight with my father, Bill. He is an elder in the pagan community for the United States and some association. I don't know. I don't pay a lot of attention to that. I'm a horrible daughter, right? So we'll be on at 7 Central tonight, just discussing paganism and how it's changed from yesteryears to today. And he actually had an anniversary of his original teacher, Madame Circe, was in Toledo, Ohio. She's a well-known pagan teacher, an elder, and she just had her 100th birthday, but she has passed. But people from all over the nation descended upon Toledo, Ohio for her anniversary of her 100th of her 100th age, her birthday, not her passing, but her birthday. So we will be, hey Chris, we will be we will be talking tonight on paganism at 7 p.m. Central on My Mystical Life. Oh yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. When him and I get together, we have a great time anyways. And he has a lot of stage presence. He's a big ham. So she's not 100 years old. She's passed away, but they're doing an anniversary of her birthday celebration in Ohio. She passed away about 20 years ago. And they're just celebrating her. Will it be recorded? Probably. Yes, it'll be recorded. It'll be recorded. Okay. Lori Young. I keep getting myself in the eyeball. I have to get my glasses adjusted after getting clobbered at the concert. Because they pushed my thingies in, so anyways, whatever. Whatever. Lori's like, quit calling my name. Just do some readings here. Come on, let's get this shit going. Let's get this going. Okay, moving on. Don't forget, you guys, you can go like, follow, and share. Oh, and the other thing we have going on right now is in the membership of all these wonderful, beautiful people, we have a 15-day free trial. So you can go to My Mystical Life in membership or follow it off the front page and it'll take you there. Don't kill the fly. Flies are your friend. I have a very special experience and lack for a better word, a relationship or friendship with a fly. I know. It sounds crazy. Cue Lisa singing. Lisa Phillips, I'm not in okay, fine. Lord have mercy. I will pull these cards. I didn't even know I had those cards in my hand. It's a nervous tick. I'm not in Santa Fe right now to do the Palo Santo, Lisa Phillips, but we will be doing lives Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and Saturday of next week. We have a clearance sale going on. So you guys don't want to miss that. Go to our Mystical Crystals. There's an event. There's also an event on My Mystical Life that you can go to. And you don't want to miss 20 to 70% off crystals. Y'all don't want to miss that. I don't want to pack them. I'll pack them to send them to you guys, but I don't want to pack boxes and boxes and boxes of crystals. Okay, moving on. So this is for Lori Young. Lori, I actually picked up my tarot cards and I didn't intend to do that. I usually do that. Well, anyways, so I actually had tarot cards falling out. So I'm kind of wondering what it is you're learning or what it is you're teaching other people right now. Because I feel like you have this, the card that I'm looking at is a Hierophant, right? Is the Hierophant. So I'm wondering at what you're working. Like, are you trying to break other people's thought patterns on what it is you do in life? Or are people questioning some of the things that you do that they go, I just, I don't think I can. Oh, and this is a big one. You're very welcome, Jenny Jordan. Anytime. That's what we all supposed to be doing, is lifting each other right up. So the other thing I want to talk about here is, it's okay to have your personal beliefs. It's okay. Okay, Chris, I sent you an email back, but I will check my email. Not just recently. I sent it the other day, a couple days ago. Pack and remove, not pack and unpack. Absolutely. Okay. So don't be afraid to break out of, I'm in grad school for marriage and family therapy, and I am learning about my gifts. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if you have people that are going, I don't know that what you believe is great. Like, are you going to hell? I'm sure somebody will ask you that somewhere along the way. You could go to hell for looking into some of the things you're looking into. Even if you don't have a lot of super spiritual people in your background, I just feel like that is a phrase that will come across for you for some reason. I want you to stand strong against that. There is no heaven or hell. There is only the in-between and the healing that happens, where we are loved eternally by the divine, and that's where we should regenerate and feel our own energy, right? And then decide how to move forward again, because we're always learning. And that's directly from your guides, by the way. That's total channeling on your guides' part, going Just do your thing. Do your thing and don't let other people tell you what is right and what is wrong, because that's their version and your version is different, right? It's your version is beautiful. Okay, so then we have this card here, and this I will stay strong. I will stay strong. It's amazing the people that you don't think would do that, and then all of a sudden they have a different version, and it's fear. It's a very fear generated type of thing, right? So we're going on. We're going on to why those people do that and why you have to. It's a feeling of defensiveness. I really feel like you're going to come across this feeling where you have to defend who you are, because the more you develop your gifts, the stronger you become with them. The more you feel your connection, the more you may talk about them, and people are not everybody's open. Not everybody wants to. So be discerning. Be discerning and have people in your circle that you're willing to have a discussion with, because not everybody is willing to have a sensible discussion, right? Not everybody's willing to have a sensible discussion. This card was, both these cards last night were out, the Hierophant and the Emperor. And this one is really all about your personal strength, right? Your personal strength, learning, developing, moving forward, and going for what you want to go for, and achieving the goals that you have set in front of yourself. That's really big about achieving your goals, right? And they talk about your self-esteem in association with this. They talk about not achieving or missing the mark. I think you're really hard on yourself when you don't miss the mark. When you don't get the grade you think you should be getting, don't be so hard on yourself. All right? It's a process. Set achievable goals, not easy goals, but achievable goals that are there. You may be talking about my husband, a non-believer, except I know things. I know, right? And they go, how the hell did you know that? You just look at him. I tell you things. Understand. Yeah. It could be a male presence in your life as well, but I think that really speaks to your spirit. Okay. So you guys, tonight at 7 o'clock Central, I'll be online. No Nonsense Tarot, right? These are called the Radiant Raider White, just because they've recolored them. That's the only difference. But I hope that helps, Lori. That mosquito. Okay. Tonight we'll be on at 7 p.m. Don't forget, you guys, we have the 15-day free trial membership to My Mystical Life, which is all of the classes, the mediumships, matter of fact, the meditation for releasing negative energies is up today. You can go check that out in the membership. If you are in the membership, you guys, there's the community, the things that we have happening. We're going to have some really fun stuff happening next year. We're already talking about. Once we land in a specific area, in a specific home, and one spot, a lot more ability to do a lot of more different things. Change. Okay. So I'm going to end this this morning and say thank you so much to everybody. You told your boyfriend about speaking light language, and he took it very well, to your surprise. Awesome. Great. Congratulations, Marta. Marta's out of the closet. Doesn't it feel like that sometimes? Like we're like, I have to hide this because I don't know how people are going to react. All right, guys, I'm out. I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe go clean in the yard. I have to do something outside sometime today. All right. Everybody have a great day. Find light, find love, find joy, feel divine because you are. And hopefully I'll see you tonight on the Paganism Live. All right. Have a good day, guys. Bye.